Have you ever felt a connection so intense, so undeniable that it changed everything? A connection that felt like fate itself was weaving two lives together. This is my story. It was a bright summer morning, and I found myself standing in the middle of vast sunflower fields. The warm sun kissed my skin, while a gentle breeze played with my hair, carrying the sweet fragrance of blooming flowers. It was a typical day of hard work on the land I had dedicated my life to. But today was different, because I wasn't alone. My nephew James, eager and full of energy, was by my side. He had come to spend the summer away from the bustling city, and over the last few months, our bond had deepened in unexpected ways. James admired my dedication to the farm, my work ethic, and my quiet love for the countryside. But there was something more between us, something unspoken, yet impossible to ignore. As we worked, planting seeds and nurturing crops, I often caught James glancing at me. His shy smiles and lingering looks told a story that neither of us dared put into words. And as the days passed, I realized that he wasn't the little boy who used to visit during holidays anymore. He was now a man, broad shoulders, kind eyes, and a quiet intensity that drew me in. One afternoon, as we sat under the shade of an old oak tree, drinking lemonade, our shoulders touched. I felt a rush of warmth spread through me, and in that moment, it was as if the world around us faded away. There was a tenderness in James's eyes that mirrored the feelings stirring within me. As the summer days grew longer, our interactions became more charged. Every touch, every glance, every shared moment felt like the build-up to something inevitable. And one evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with hues of pink and orange, it happened. James looked at me, his gaze filled with emotions he could no longer hide. His confession was soft but powerful. "I think I'm falling for you." My heart raced. I had felt the same way, but the words caught in my throat. I nodded, unable to hold back the flood of emotions. And just like that, in the golden glow of the setting sun, everything changed between us. From that moment on, everything shifted. The farm, once a place of routine and hard work, became a canvas where we painted our feelings. Each task we shared, each glance exchanged, now carried a weight of unspoken desire. Every morning felt different. We'd wake up early, our hands brushing as we prepared coffee, the simple act of passing each other a steaming mug charged with an energy neither of us could deny. We worked side by side, but the spaces between us had closed. The invisible line we had never crossed before now blurred. One evening, as the sun set behind the distant hills, we found ourselves alone in the barn. The quiet hum of the night and the rich smell of hay filled the air. But there was something else, something electric between us, something neither of us could ignore anymore. James looked at me, his brow furrowed in the way it always did when he was thinking deeply. But this time, his eyes didn't waver. He stepped closer, his hand reaching out to mine. My heart raced, every beat louder than the crickets outside. "Maria," he whispered, his voice trembling with emotion. "I meant what I said. I've been falling for you for so long." The words hit me with a force I hadn't expected, even though I'd felt it, seen it in every moment we'd shared. My breath hitched, and I searched his eyes for any hesitation, but there was none. Only truth, only us. "I feel the same," I admitted, my voice barely a whisper, but the words were like a release, finally spoken after so many stolen glances and lingering touches. He closed the distance between us, his hand warm in mine. His eyes, filled with vulnerability and longing, locked onto mine. And then, just like the pull of gravity, our lips met. It was tender at first, but as our emotions surged, the kiss deepened, filled with everything we had held back. The world around us faded, the farm, the work, the noise. All of it melted away as I lost myself in the intensity of the moment. His hands, rough from the labour of the day, were gentle as they cradled my face, while mine found their way to his chest, feeling the steady beat of his heart beneath my fingertips. For the first time in a long time, I felt something I hadn't realised I was missing. Connection, passion, and a sense of belonging that I hadn't thought possible. As we pulled away, breathless, our foreheads rested together. James smiled, and for a moment, everything felt perfect, like we had discovered something sacred in each other. But reality soon crept back in, reminding us that this was new, delicate, and dangerous. What we had started wasn't just a spark, but a wildfire that could change everything. The next few days felt different. Each stolen glance, each subtle touch, carried more meaning. There was a quiet, understanding between us now, a shared secret that we both cherished but knew would complicate things. The farm became our sanctuary, a place where we could be ourselves, where the world beyond the sunflowers and the fields didn't matter. But as we grew closer, so did the weight of reality. We had crossed a line that couldn't be uncrossed, and deep down, we knew that our connection had become something much bigger than just a fleeting summer romance. It had become a love as enduring and unshakable as the land we worked on. And as the summer began to fade into fall, with the leaves turning golden and the air growing cooler, I realised that our story wasn't just about the work we did together. It was about the love we had found, a love that had bloomed under the warmth of the sun and the quiet of the fields, and one that would stay with us long after the harvest was done.